Welcome to the Yep Yeah Yes podcast with Marissa and Tamika. Today we're talking about those so popular NDAs that have been in the news, from Tiffany to Tiger to Trump. Are NDAs worth it? But first, before we get into it, my cough is still there. But I gotta say, my doctor put me on what do you call them? Steroids. So at some point when I'm talking, if it starts to sound like, hey, how you doing? Then you know they're kicking in. But right now, I took a hit of the inhaler, the pump, and the steroids in my system, and I'm feeling pretty good. So, go from there.
Good, I like it.
But before we also get in, I wanted to, we discussed this before. My mother, yes, one of our 3 listeners, she said that she's not sharing our podcast because we curse too much.
Oh.
And my mother, she's not a woman of the cloth, but she does enjoy going to church. And so she got a lot of church friends.
She's a pew enthusiast.
So, we want to be open to all people.
And we want to honor her wishes.
Today. I mean, we can't, we are who we are. We can't change for anybody. We have to be true to who we are. But we are going to make an effort to not curse today.
Concerted effort. We even have a...
What? Tell me, girl. Tell me.
A curse jar.
Okay, how's this going to work?
So every time one of us slips up, we grab our moneda.
Your change.
And we...
Okay. Challenge.
Challenge accepted.
All right, so now let's get into this NDA thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the importance of a confidentiality agreement, and why is it needed?
Okay, so there's a few things come to mind when we talk about non-disclosures. So, like if you're on a show like Real Housewives, I mean, they show most of it anyway, but
right,
a lot they don't.
Right.
Because obviously reality TV is still scripted. So, there's things that you don't want to get out. It could be, like, isn't Bethany, she never wants to talk about her daughter on the show, or just even out, she doesn't really show her face on social media. So, listen, I get it. And not only that, you might have an issue with your child where you don't want other people to know.
Right.
I'm all for that. But then, does that mean your circle has to be smaller? But I don't know. I
don't think your circle has to be smaller. I just think that your circle has to be one that is filled with people that respect your wishes.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why I'm always leery of people that got like 1 million friends. It's like, really? Yeah. How does that work?
No, I don't.
But that's a topic for another day.
I don't trust them hoes.
I think confidentiality agreements are important when you're dealing with people who you don't necessarily see in your life down the road.
Oh, so like, let's say, like, we'll go back to the reality people, like, their glam squad.
Right.
They might not, these are...
they got confidentiality agreements.
Of course.
Because they see things, they hear things.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like, in situations like that, but that you wouldn't necessarily, like... sometimes the relationship can evolve to a true friendship, but other than that, it's not there yet. But,
especially with celebrities is where you see it the most often. It's like, I don't specifically know of anybody in my personal life that has one.
A glam squad? Or
a confidentiality agreement.
Well, you and I have one.
We have a confidentiality agreement?
Bitch.
There you go. How much is that? 5 cents.
Dang it. You have so many things that you're taking to the grave, but I believe you forgot about them.
I have not forgotten. I'm a writer. You know how Star Jones used to be like, I'm a lawyer. I'm a writer.
I'm a lawyer.
Except I don't get paid to write. But I do have I've written down a lot of stuff. Stuff that you probably would not be appreciative of. But usually it's circumstances that we've been in together. But I think, for the most part, there's things that I've told people. But, if it's something that you really don't want anybody to know, then, I'm not going to tell anybody till we're not friends anymore. And I'll be like, can you believe this baby girl?
Can you believe baby girl done said this?
Can you believe she done did this, said that? But I don't think that you and I have ever had a need to have one.
No, I think
even in the beginning of our friendship, it wasn't like, regardless of the fact whether we thought we were going to be friends this long or not.
Right.
I don't think that it was a situation where like, I can't, let this girl know. Because
Right.
when you know, you can trust somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
got a big
true.
mouth, it's like, don't tell them nothing.
Tell
I got
tell
somebody in my family.
Those are the people that I tell that I want everyone to know, but not come out of my mouth.
Right. Like I got this one relative and she know who she is. Everybody in the family, the immediate family, they like, she can't hold water. Yeah, we know who she is. But if you want everybody to know, you tell her, and then everybody know. We all love her, but we know she can't hold water. So that's on you. But when you the thing that I think with the NDA is that you have people that you don't really know that well.
Yeah.
That are going to be privy
Right.
to some private information. Sign
Right.
it.
Yeah.
which brings me to the Who Bit Beyonce. So I can understand why Beyonce probably had Tiffany Haddish sign a confidentiality agreement because this chick is everywhere.
But not only that, she is talking a lot. It's almost
I don't
making
know
me
if she's talking
uncomfortable.
or they're reprinting stuff. You know what I mean? You say one thing and then that quote is on every magazine and everything. I haven't actually seen her really. I seen her talk about it one time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And people run with that.
Once is enough though.
But and in the whole Who Bit Beyonce thing, she did an article. But these magazines.
Wait, who did an article?
Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, okay.
She did it so long ago.
Oh, right, and it's coming up now.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and then supposedly she had to sign an NDA, and I don't blame Beyonce because it's like everybody trying to be cool with Beyonce. Could you imagine? Beyonce is like notoriously quiet.
Yeah.
Like she rarely does interviews, and
who do you think bit her?
I don't want to say because I don't want to put that out there. But there's stories. I was at a party one time and I bit Beyonce. I'm not saying that it was a real life thing. It was my dream, but no. No, but I there's rumors and stuff like that, but I'm not going to give credence to any of those rumors because I just think about like being on the other side of that. Like imagine everybody saying you're the one that did it. And you didn't do it, and you can't even prove it because you had one bad experience. So now everybody's like, that's the chick she's liable to bite Beyonce, because she grabbed somebody's balls once. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So I don't know. And then you got the situations with, obviously the Trump. He's got at least 3 women that signed NDAs. Now, what's the point of NDA if people are breaking them?
Talk about it. Yeah. Now, what are the consequences when you break an NDA?
It depends on the NDA. I assume the money, monetary.
I would love to see a certain reality family. I would like to see theirs because there's a lot of things that don't get spoken about, and there's some good.
But there's so much stuff that comes out. It's like.
But I think that they let it out.
No, yeah, I definitely think they let it out. But I also think that anything else that came out, how it's like people, they got so much stuff in their backyard that like, if a pony comes out, you're like, of course a pony came out.
Yeah.
Like you're not surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Jacksons. Like nothing is weird with them. Like everything.
Yeah.
So.
So what? You got a pet monkey that drinks coffee on your press conferences?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. But I would still like to see one of those NDAs. I would like to see what it covers and how it's worded.
Yeah, it's interesting, the whole premise of it, but are they worth it if they can be broken? Like any contract can be broken.
But this is what's so like good and bad about social media. Yeah, you break your NDA, but now are you gonna be able to get work again? Like if you're a celebrity stylist and you broke an NDA, are you gonna be hired again?
This is probably why they don't break it. Because they're not in that position to to risk losing their job or risk losing whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Who's the music legend, music mogul?
Oh, Quincy Jones?
Yeah.
Out in these streets telling it all. Like, really? Mofo's is dead.
Not Karen. But you see, he waited for a while though, at least.
That's just crazy though. How you gonna go out there? He ain't right. But and then I don't like when people like, well, he's an old guy. No, I know plenty of 80. Well, I don't know that many 80-something, but I knew a lot of 80-year-olds. Mm-hmm. They're no longer with us, but they was, they were sound mind and body,
but not saying
sound
nothing.
Mind.
Not saying nothing.
I'm not. No, it's not that they weren't saying. They were talking.
No, but they weren't talking like garbage. All of a sudden, all these revelations.
They were revealing stuff.
Oh,
but I'm saying it's not that. My point is that people say that he's doing this because he's old, he doesn't know what he's saying.
Oh, he
But
knows
I don't
what he's
think
saying.
that has anything to do,
Yeah,
like, there's
yeah.
a lot, like, older people are spry. You know,
Yeah.
you think about how much stuff they've retained.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right.
How much
you're
they've
right.
seen, and, you know,
Yeah.
they relive in their mind. You know, think about the things that you reminisce about, and they just keep coming up in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so we're talking about NDAs. Is there anything in your past? Obviously, in the past, when you're younger, you think it's something that's huge. But when 10, 15 years later, it's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, the only thing I could think of is that we revealed it once, but this was not on footage.
Please don't talk about no cigarettes at 10 years old.
Listen,
that doesn't count.
For real, that was big.
Okay.
No. We talked about it once, but we've never spoken about it again. And I'm not.
Why do I gotta be? I said you.
Listen, you was with me.
All right.
Listen, you going down this sinking ship too. Do you remember going whitewater rafting?
I knew you was gonna go there. But see, that don't count because I mentioned that at your bridal shower.
Yeah, but nobody else. It wasn't on footage. Okay. Nobody knows.
Yeah, that was an experience. So go ahead and tell the people. So what happened was.
Can I tell the whole story or just my part?
What's the whole story?
You jumping in like a fish.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Mind you, no,
I was like a dead fish floating away.
Yeah, because she's not a strong swimmer.
No.
Let's just say. So she jumped. We went whitewater rafting, and she jumps in the water during the quote unquote calm part. Everybody looks at me and goes, "Can she swim?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. Yeah." I didn't realize the extent of her not being able to swim. So 2 guys jump in and they go to pull her into the boat, the raft. But the thing is, you know how usually when somebody's pulling up, you help. Like, you move your arms, you move your legs. No.
The water had me.
She was like, no, you.
I
they were like dragged you. You didn't even move your legs.
I couldn't.
You
I was
just jerk. They
the
dragged
water
you into
calm.
the boat.
The water looked very calm, but it was waves.
Yeah.
It was strong. I shouldn't have been dropping my behind up in there.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have. But there was definitely something in that water because my board shorts shrunk, and I was mad at you because you didn't have scissors in the car to cut me out of them. And you had to put all your force and help me get out of them danged shorts.
That was an event. And then you're sitting in my passenger seat, shortless.
Shortless, yeah.
I'm like, girl, and stinky.
Oh, that water made us stink so bad.
Oh my God, it was bad.
But then it was just like, where has my life gone? Where I got stuck in some board shorts. I gained so much weight. Oh my Lord, that was funny.
But, you know, it's out there, and it's not a big deal today.
No.
At the time, you know. For me, I think, okay, so remember one of the many times we were out drinking and partying? We went to, what's that guy? The singer, the piano player. He plays the piano. I don't want to be anything
other than
what's his name?
Gavin DeGraw.
Gavin DeGraw. So we went to go see him play. I think it was in Hicksville. And I was drunk as anything. Came back to your house. It was snowing. So you know James Brown?
No, but let's make it real. James Brown, his mugshot?
Yes, James Brown's mugshot. So I fell into the tree.
Oh, wait, hold on. She didn't fall into a tree. I was trying to... It happened to be a snowstorm that night. And when we got back to my apartment, the snow was like, 2 feet? Maybe more. Know. So I was trying to help you walk on the walkway, but you were not... It was just not...
I was drunk.
Inebriated. But on top of that, it was a snowstorm. So I was like, I can't help you. And you're like, I can do it. And you're stomping through the snow, but you fell into like a little bush. But you fell into the, like, I don't know, like...
Face first. I came out, I had a white beard, white eyebrows.
You smacked this bush, had no snow on it.
None. I came up and my hair was looking like James Brown.
No, not yet.
I feel like it
was. No, you fell like 3 or 4 times into the snow. We get in, whatever, we go to sleep, we wake up the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
I go to the restroom, and as I get out, we're passing each other, and I kind of looked at you and went, oh. Like,
you jump back a little bit?
A little bit. And
then, kind of like James Brown when he does the slip and slide.
Yeah. And then you're like, what? And I was like, nothing.
See, that's how cool you could have been like, girl, get a comb.
But there was nobody there, and you were on your way to the bathroom. And then when you got in there, you're like, oh my gosh!
My hair was a mess.
But there's no photographic evidence. You're welcome.
So I guess I can post James Brown picture and be like, picture my face.
Oh.
It was bad. It was pretty bad. You know.
Oh my gosh.
It was bad. I mean, so that's probably like an NDA in terms of if there was a photographic evidence.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you cannot release this to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of photos and videos in my arsenal that I probably would disown people if they released them.
Oh, but we're not even going to talk about it because it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Holler.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of like videos and stuff like that, so one of the other NDAs in the celebrity world that just came out was the Tiger Woods one. Did you hear the one with his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend? He had her sign an NDA, right?
Okay.
And she's talking about she gonna break the NDA, and so he's with the whole like, you break it, I'm gonna release some photos. I'm like, really?
Oh, really?
I got my popcorn. I got my popcorn. I'm like, go ahead, Tiger, release them. But at the same time, it's like, what is the point of these NDAs?
Well, we already know it's gonna have the Subway sandwich. Like, I'm not worried about what is he gonna release.
Like, if he releases photos of her, it's not a photo that we have not seen of any other chick, and we don't even know who this chick is. What's her name? Kim, or what the heck is this girl's name?
Heather.
Karen? No, wait, I wrote it down. I don't remember. Kristen something. I don't know. But anyway, she used to be married to an NFL player, and like that's her claim to fame, I guess. She's a stylist.
Oh, okay.
So, can you, like a stylist trying to break an NDA?
Ooh. I have a question for you. What kind of photos and videos? Maybe because I'm just not comfortable with all that. I don't know if it's just a natural thing. Do you really let your dude take these videos and photos of you like that?
I'm not smiling. So I made some mistakes, and that's one thing that I get scared about because there's I think one guy, it might be two, but I can only remember one, where he coerced me into taking particular footage. Not a sex tape. My face ain't in it, but my tattoo is. And I just...
The tattoo on your arm, you mean, right?
Yeah. So, but like I got the goods on him. So if anything ever comes out about me, that wasn't me, as in Shaggy, he would say. It wasn't me. Yeah. So, but it's like this. It's the insecure level of me to be like, okay, because I was like into this guy, and he had me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take a. Meanwhile, inside, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? You know, and this is before it became like now the kids are doing it. Like this is like flip phone Motorola days.
But so then you know that it's grainy. Who cares?
No, I know that he had it because it was like 5 years later. He showed me footage of myself. I'm like, really, bro? Really?
Oh my lord.
Yes, pretty embarrassing.
Oh.
But like I said, you know, unless you know all of this,
I'm almost
you don't know
speechless.
that's all of me.
I'm almost if you don't know all of this. But maybe it's because I operate in such like I operate as if I'm a CIA operative agent.
Right.
I just can't. I can't. No way.
Well, you're smart, and you have more sense than I do when it comes to stuff like that. When it comes to relationships, when I'm into a guy, it's like I damn near will do anything. Damn doesn't count as a curse, right?
I think
it's like a river.
I think in some circles it does.
All right. Here, Mom. But but you know, there's certain things that, you know, I think I would probably have to have. Now that I think about it, they're probably worthy. Because if I'm in a relationship with a dude, I'm gonna have to have him sign one. Because I become so insecure at times in my relationships that.
Well, from this moment on, there will be NDAs
I'm making
in your relationships.
I'm making changes. I don't know, but there's so much work. You know,
NDA?
And like now you got to get the legal. You know, I know a couple of lawyers, but at the same time, you know, they ain't giving me no discount.
You're litigious.
I'm litigious, but you know, I'm litigious when it means I don't got to pay for it.
Oh, girl, yeah. Then what's crazy too? It's like, so I don't know. I really don't. I am a spoken for female, so I've been in a relationship for a while. So I'm not worried about my relationship. Anything before that, I've never had a relationship before that. So
you never okay. Now we lie to the people. That's what we do now.
We're not lying to nobody.
What's the point of doing a podcast and being real if you're gonna start
No,
lying to mofos?
I never had a relationship where I felt the need to
disimportant.
It was completely disimportant. To have anything like that out there. But
what do you mean?
No, I mean like photos and videos of my knowledge. Because now that I'm thinking about it, people are sneaky.
Very.
And you never know.
Very.
But oh.
You remember something? Oh.
No. I'm just thinking, could you imagine like things come out? What was that movie with the woman and it turned out to be a fake video? I'll think of it later.
Yeah, I don't know. It
was a really good movie.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is. So the point in bringing something up and you don't know what it is.
Because the movie, the point of the movie that she was a high profile person, and a video came out that it was supposedly her having a multi-person tryst with alcohol and I believe illegal substances, and they kept asking her about the video, but she kept maintaining the video has no importance to her job because it was an old video or whatever it was. But it turns out that the video was doctored.
Oh, I don't know.
And she never brought it. She never said that it was fake. She just would not.
Why did she say it was fake?
She didn't say it was fake because she felt like the point.
She didn't want to acknowledge it.
No, she didn't. She shouldn't have to acknowledge, and she shouldn't have to speak on it. It was a quote unquote private video.
Right.
But no, it was the way it was shown that it was a video taken in secret. So she shouldn't have to explain herself, and it wasn't on a company dime or time. So she felt like she didn't have to bring it up. But it turned out at the end that it was a doctored video. It was a really good movie. But you'll
Google it.
Yeah.
And we'll
no, but I just remember things like that from very beginning, and I was just I don't know, like you never know what's out there, and just think about like how do you prove? Also, not only that, so do you recall? Again, I'm going back to another high profile reality family where there was but this all could have been fake.
Who's the family?
I don't want to say their name. Where a video or pictures were taken, but the person was a minor. Like, how do you prove?
I need to know the family. Okay, whatever.
I don't want to say their name, but one of the females, somebody was saying that they were going to release photos of them, but that they were clearly a minor. How do you prove that?
How do you prove what?
That you're a minor in a photo.
Well, I think there's a lot of different ways if you want to kind of break it down. If other photos are taken around the same time, with the clothing, you know what
style.
I'm saying? The style, and now like most devices that take picture have a timestamp already embedded in it.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Well, this was before all that.
Yeah. But I think really it comes down to the clothing and sometimes your hairstyle and all of that.
Did you know that if a kid takes a picture of another kid, that's possession and distribution of pornography?
Yeah, because I remember it was in the news not too long ago. Some kid was like he got arrested and he was taking some photos of some kid, a girl in school, or they were together or whatever, and he shared it in like a private Facebook message or.
But that's crazy. Like, you think these young cats know about it, understand?
But kids that are like your kids' age are. This is what they're doing too. Not necessarily with the sexual nature, but they're so advanced in technology.
Yeah.
That by the time they're 10, like they could be running Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being.
But no, you're right. Probably there's a 10-year-old somewhere with an invented app.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly. So you never know, and that's why I think with NDAs they can be important. My only thing is that they seem to be able to be broken.
Yeah.
There's
I want to know
no consequences.
What are the consequences? I want to know ramifications.
I think, for example, with the Stormy Daniels, the Trump organization is saying they're going to sue her for $2 million.
Oof.
But, are they going to really sue her for $2 million? Because in order to sue her, that means that now you got to testify.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so when you're trying to do the whole you have somebody sign an NDA and then that person broke it. Now you want to take them to court.
Yeah.
Do you want to put it all out there now?
Is there anything
even further?
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine? If there's something in your life that is that big where you gotta sue somebody for $2 million to shut up,
and nobody believes you. Everybody believes that you actually they believe her.
Yeah.
No matter
because
what
it's not out
you're making it worse
character.
by suing.
Yeah.
The only time I think that it works is if there's somebody who's they're like, that never happened. There's no proof of it.
Oh,
but with this situation,
with Scott Baio and homegirl from Charles in Charge.
Right.
Yeah.
And like nobody ever came out on either side though.
Yeah.
Nobody came out and was like, Scott is the stand-up guy. He would never do this. Nobody came up with, what's her name?
Nicole
Egger. Yeah. Nobody came out on her side and was like, you know,
she's a stand-up person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what's her name? Remember, what's her name from Who's the Boss? Samantha.
Alyssa Milano?
Yeah, remember they were on the show together. That was like her first friend. Like, Melissa Milano ain't coming out like, I knew her. She was never like that. Remember she was her best friend on the show?
Yeah.
But there's like no celebrities that like, especially Melissa Milano being with the whole Me Too movement.
Oh,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
She's like not that she's an architect, but she had a big voice. She got the Me Too hashtag trending again. And so for her not to even be like, I knew Nicole back then.
Right.
And she wouldn't make that up.
It's one of those things where it's just like, they probably did do something, but it was consensual.
Right. And she's probably feeling some kind of way.
Now.
I mean, it's like,
that's
weird.
That's what's the horrible thing, too, when these things come to bite you in the butt, where, like, at the moment you were into it, but then all of a sudden you feel some kind of way after. Oh.
I've had situations where I've had... I can't talk.
Devil's a liar.
Anyway... You know, there's certain situations that, you know, you just don't... I don't think
you walk away from it and you're like, you're questioning, was I comfortable?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, too, with this conversation, the NDA, should it only revolve around relationships?
No.
Can people using it for financial situations?
Yeah.
You know, business situations?
Yep.
You know, I think there would be, right?
I definitely think there should be. Because I know for myself, at one point I was privy to people's financial information, things like that. And, you know, where we live is small. You know, I think the world is small and it's getting smaller in terms of, like, how we're all connected. And I could, you know, you don't know what I photocopied and shared. You don't know, you know, you don't know. I could, you know, quote unquote, drop dime.
Right.
But you know what I was thinking too about, like, walking into a situation and then now feeling uncomfortable, where I worked for a music label, and we had our national sales meeting, and they were doing like all these funny videos. And I was a field marketing rep, and they were like, oh, let's do a funny video of you at, like, a pool drinking a beer, and then I was of age at the pool, and then, you know, that's what field market reps do. And I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. And then the time came to show the video, and I was like, what did I do?
Regret it immediately.
Yeah, because I'm like mind you, body was slamming, so I'm not worried. But I'm like sitting there with a bikini top on and like drinking a beer. And when I look back,
that's just so not you.
I know. When I look back at everybody else, it was like jaws dropped. They were like, what happened? Like, what is going on? And I was thinking to myself, like, oh my word, I'm here trying to be taken serious, and I'm up there in a bikini top drinking a beer by a pool. What? What am I doing?
So then you know what I'm talking about. It's not the same situation, but when I was saying before...
Because somebody still has that video somewhere.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, in those moments, you're like all about... In the moment.
And I can turn around and be like, I was coerced into making that video. Because I feel a certain kind of way about it now.
Right. But were you coerced? What is the definition of coercion?
Well,
if somebody asks you to do it and you say yes, that's not coercion. Or coercion. Is it coercion?
Coerced.
Coercion.
I looking at it now, the verbiage that was used would not be taken today in a professional setting.
What was the verbiage? Or somewhat paraphrased.
You don't have to do it if you're, if you want to be boring and not do it, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's
not But if you want to, like, show that you're fun.
Right.
And you know the person who spoke to me first was my manager, and then people after that were part of a management team, and they're like, are you sure you're okay with this? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. But the way it was worded...
That video is still out there.
It's out
there. This is the
somewhere.
first time I'm hearing about this. You never told me about this.
I did.
No, you didn't. I think you walked away shell-shocked or something, because I have never heard about this.
Yes, because remember I told you about... It was right next to where Prime is, at the Huntington Harbor View Club, whatever.
I do not...
It was at that pool.
I'm telling you, I don't remember. Maybe I just have a bad memory because I wasn't there, so I didn't care.
Could be. But it was like, thinking about it now, you would never speak to, a young girl like that.
That's like when I was saying about this particular guy that I was with, who I thought was my boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
The words that he would use, like, come on, let's just have fun. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
Like, so you're
yeah.
like, it's like, I care about you. I just want to be able to see you whenever I want to see
Yeah.
you. See, you know, I have it on my phone. That kind
It's
of.
like
Like who? Don't say the person's name if it's my, you know.
No. I was thinking about 3 people that I know personally and then another celebrity. But yeah.
You kind of remember these people's names because you're saying, oh, that's like such and such, and then you're
No,
like,
I'm thinking like Black China and Rob.
What happened with them?
Remember he released all the text messages?
Oh yeah, that ain't right.
Oh.
But I don't know if they had an NDA.
Oh.
It don't matter though,
Yeah.
because that's private. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like weird. This whole everyone's litigious. There's like so much going on in the world. Like you can't say nothing. You see you see somebody, like I'll be walking and I'll see like a couple that I don't think really look right together. I'm not gonna say who looks wrong for who, but you know, the minute you think it, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like you can't even think stuff anymore. So imagine like now you're in a personal setting and you can't even say stuff.
Yeah.
And if you see something, you could act like you sign an NDA and act like you didn't see it.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? And for NDAs, like some of them, there's money attached to it. Like I don't think Tiffany Haddish got any money. Like anybody that's going to Beyonce's party that's signing an NDA is not getting money in return. It's just like your gift is being here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I hang out with Beyonce. I'd sign an NDA.
Hell yeah, right? But it's like then you don't get to meet her. You're like at the party and you're like, you know.
But I'll still kiki on the other side parties and side happenings.
I take a shot of myself so people know that they're like, oh yeah, well she was there.
She was there.
Or stream, you know, Snapchat.
Do you remember all those celebrity parties that you and I would go to? And talk about safety in numbers. I'm glad we never like separated, but all those like groupies that would get separated from the pack and you're like, oh, poor girl.
Yep.
What are you doing? What is you doing, boo?
I was one of those girls once. I'm revealing a lot, but you know what? I can do that because I'm single. I'm living a single.
Be quiet. We don't have the rights.
Oh yeah, true.
No, but like, remember watching them girls, and it was just like, what is you doing, boo? You still not gonna meet them?
Oh no. Okay, so I misunderstood what you were saying.
Oh.
No. I never did that. I was no groupie. I thought no. I was never a groupie. I thought you meant like I would meet a guy at a party and just be separated from my friend. You know, you just meet someone and
no,
like,
yeah.
Like get to know each other, go get a drink or something.
Yeah. No, I mean like you got separated or the you know.
You meet the friend of the group?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
You get separated and then now you walk into a room, there's 6 dudes and they're like, you want to meet them, right?
I remember, this is so funny because before I even met you, when I was in college in North Carolina, I was with a friend of mine, and we went to go see the Chronic tour in Charlotte with Dr. Dre and Snoop, and EPMD was part of the tour, I think, whatever. Anyway, so we get back to the guy when me and my friend when we were there, we got the tickets for free because I met somebody, one of the comedians on the venue. He was like hosting it. I met him at the mall. He was trying to kick it to me. And I was like, I'm really not, I just was not really into it. But he's like, well, I'll just leave you some tickets anyway. Come to the show. So we got there, got roll call, got tickets, really great seats. And some guy, I guess the seats that we were in, because I noticed it ever since then. I've noticed it at every event show that I go to. There's people that are part of the entourage that walk around and look for girls.
Yeah.
So I never knew that until that day. Yeah. And so the guy stops and he gives us a number and he's like, come to this hotel. So after the thing, we're in college. We have no car. We take the cab to the hotel. Right? We get there and apparently it's for EPMD. Which is so ironic because I would go on later to meet Eric Sermon. Yeah. And, every time I see him, it was very cool. But I never mentioned that part. But my friend was like, come on, let's just go up to the room. I was like, no, I'm not going. No. Like, we've come too far. Yeah. By faith. Yeah. I'm not going up to no room. So she stayed, and I took the cab back to the campus.
Oh, my
And so
word.
it's like.
Did you ever speak to her after?
No, she was my roommate, but it was
she's
like,
alive, right?
Yeah, she's alive. I saw her.
Okay.
She acted like she didn't know me. I think she was like pissed that I left her.
Well, too effing bad. Do you know what happens in these rooms?
Well, effing doesn't count. Yeah, effing's fine.
Effing's fine.
I'm about to charge you a nickel.
Charge me. Charge me, boo.
Who's gonna charge me, boo? But yeah, it's like.
But now, do those people them sign an NDA after that, you think?
I don't know. See, back
now.
then, this we're talking about the 90s.
Yeah.
When I was in college. I mean, dating myself, but.
What about the early 2000s, like when we would go to parties?
I don't know if they signed. I don't think NDAs became popular
until like
the last 10 years.
Social media. You didn't really have
people posting everything.
Yeah, and then you had like page 6, but it was always like a blind item, so you could never really.
Yeah, remember the blind items? And you know, Wendy would always be like, when she was on the radio.
Yeah,
she
blind
would always,
item.
Yeah, and then
I think
she'd be
I know
like the
who
gay
it is.
rapper. Nobody like she would never say, but everybody would speculate and you know. So I think in the last 10 years or so, it's become a thing, but I don't think that back then it was as prevalent as it is today. And celebrities, especially the ones in hip hop and R&B, are not. They wasn't making as much money as they are today.
No.
So it's one of those things makes you think, you know.
We've met a lot of celebrities.
I've never been a groupie though, but I have.
No.
You know, especially because a lot of the stuff that we went to was work related.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to be like that chick, but I know that there were.
But we always saw them. We always saw the group of groupies.
Yeah.
And but it feel bad for them though, because it's like, you know what's gonna happen, and you're okay with that price.
It's like you get a pocketbook, if that.
Yeah.
You know.
And then now
pair of shoes.
But then now it's like almost in reverse, because you got groupies taking screenshots.
Look at what you call Odell Beckham. Did you see that video?
No.
The girl took he was in a hotel room in Paris. Smoking what looked to be a blunt, and you know the NFL has a no marijuana policy. And she looked like she was sniffing coke, and off of a pizza box. And she posted it. Oh. So it's like, and he's telling her, he's like, I want you to sleep with my friend.
What?
Yeah. So it's like,
what is
she set the camera up from afar. Like, you know how you do the 10 second, you know, damn iPhones. You know, nothing to say. Like, everybody, I was talking to my mother about this the other day. I was like, you could be taking the garbage out. Somebody's watching.
Always.
Somebody is always watching. So, it's just, you know, how do you want to live your life? Do you live your life or you need an NDA? You know, is there something you don't want people to know? You know, or are you just like, whatever? You know, I'm out there.
A facade of wholesomeness.
You know, is that what Beyonce is all about?
I feel like I have a facade of wholesomeness, but I curse a lot. My thing is that I do curse a lot.
You're very secretive for no reason at all. I mean, like, really? It ain't that deep.
You don't know if I'm going to be running for president when I'm 72.
You're not running for president. You're too secretive. Are you kidding me?
But nobody would have dirt on me, though.
I got dirt, girl. I got that DIRT. What? I got that dirt.
You need to go back to being a rapper, homie.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that.
No, you would never do that because...
No, I wouldn't. I ain't that chick. But I would tell my family about it. So I was like, man, did you... So Marissa was telling me... And then my one family member would be like, one that couldn't hold water, she would tell everybody.
You would never. You got so much stuff you're taking to the grave.
I have a lot of stuff. But, you know, some stuff you got to, you know, sometimes things happen. I'm sure it happened with you where it's like, I tell you something, not that it's secretive or salacious, but you want to share it with someone else.
You know, that's what was so great about talking to my mom. She would tell me all the gossip from all the people on the island.
Yeah.
It was so good. Cool. And then, like, you go there and you're like,
oh, that's that.
That's the one. That's the husband who wets the bed all the time.
Oh yeah, remember that? Oh man.
And then you see somebody coming out of a housewife, a mom with 3 kids. You saw her at the beach in the morning pretending to be super mom, and she comes out with like a line of clothes still stuck to her cheek.
Isn't that crazy?
Drunk. But I ain't gonna say who it was.
But the thing about that too is that, you know, people have secrets.
Yeah.
They have secret lives. And people that you do, you know, I like to believe that I know you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know everything about you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sure there's things you don't want me to know. There's things that you don't want your husband, your boyfriend. Well, you don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, what?
You don't?
Where's that NDA?
So we're going to end this right here. Oh my God.
Wait. Who's the soccer player who was giving a thank you speech Misha thinks his wife.
Oh yeah. The guy in like Africa or something like that.
That was amazing.
Oh my gosh. See, I'm making it worse. It really isn't. It's not two people. I swear. It's just, I was just saying though. But we all have people in our life. I'm sure there's things my mother didn't think. She's already told me. There's things that she didn't want to tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm her daughter.
Yeah. So
we all have people in our life that want to share stuff, don't want to share stuff, whatever the case may be. But I don't think every single thing needs to be shared.
Yeah.
But there's, when you let a little bit of your vulnerability outside, it helps to build stronger relationships, I believe.
Do you know who kept trying to coerce me this weekend to tell them a secret?
Who?
My twins.
What secret did they want to know?
Who was born first?
Why do they want to know that?
I have no idea. And I kept saying, same time, you're twins. And they're like, Marina says, my daughter says to me, impossible. Oh. It's just impossible. And I was like, how is it impossible? She goes, because no, it's impossible. Somebody has to be taken out first. It's impossible. And I said, well, babe, remember, I had a C-section. It was a surgery. You were cut out. And she's like, so then who did the doctor grab first? And I said, same time.
One hand.
Yeah, the only person I'll ever tell is if Oprah asks me.
Well, I'm just saying, if they ask me, I can't lie to them kids.
You will.
I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm just be like, you gotta ask your mother.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
All right.
Which is true. I wasn't there.
You wasn't in a surgery room, correct.
I wasn't
correct.
There. I wasn't there.
But I think like 4 people know, and...
That's it, really?
Yeah.
I feel kind of honored to know.
Oh, hey, Holmes.
Hey.
Because it's just one of those things I don't want them to know.
Why don't you want anybody to know?
Because it doesn't matter.
And I didn't sign an NDA, so you can't do nothing about it.
I could body slam you, though.
Really? Word?
We will fight in the street.
Okay. I've been burned before, okay? In the streets.
I'm laughing so hard right now.
My cousin burned me with a cigarette. Anyway. Stop snorting on the podcast.
It's so funny.
Oh gosh. But anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't tell them. That's something that you don't want them to know. You don't want them to know. They'll probably find out one day though.
I'll tell Oprah.
Well, I guess nobody will ever know.
Mhm.
Anyway.
All right.
It's a good show.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
Did you reveal your secret?
Yes, I told you.
That's
James
right.
Brown
Sorry.
lookalike.
Yeah.
See what, you wanted me to bring it up again? Destroy it, homie. Destroy it. Hair looked a mess.
And then you know how you're all dehydrated from drinking the day before?
It was a mess. I'm going to post a picture so people know what I look like. Just picture my face.
Oh my goodness.
I was not feeling good.
All right. Well, anyway. We got through the whole podcast with what? 2 things of foul language?
2 things of foul language. We have over 100 downloads, which is great.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. I was telling somebody about it. They're like, well, that's not that much. You know what? You could shut the funny face off.
Hold up. You know what, motherfucker?
Exactly. We don't need
it's a goddamn start, motherfucker.
Oh my god. My mom is not sharing this now. Thanks a lot. Oh man. Anyway, follow us on Twitter. Yep, yeah, yes. Leave us a line, comment, whatever you want to do. Thank y'all for supporting us. And I guess until next time.
Bye y'all.
Peace. This is my steroids. Peace.